Hello, everybody. I think my voice is coming through to the internet right now. I think that's what's going on. I think we're bringing you this awesome music that we'll hear much later in the run. Welcome to Mega Man V. We're here. We're ready. It's the end of this marathon. Thanks everybody who put this on. Thanks everybody behind the scenes. So, thanks everybody. I don't know. We're here. I scrambled home to get this run together. It's a good day. It's a good day for some Mega Man V. This is, if you're not familiar with your Game Boy Mega Mans, Mega Man 1 through 4 on Game Boy kind of borrowed a lot of assets from the NES games. Mega Man 5, a little different. We've got Star Droids, and Mega Man's going to be firing his fists, so I guess we should get going. That's the whole point of this, right? So, let's skip this little intro. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, a couple of years ago, we decided to eliminate the entire opening cutscene by just starting the game and doing a soft reset. It's like all of 1 second. Sorry if you have that 1 second on the leaderboard. I just got back from the pool, so it just makes sense that we're going to go straight into Neptune stage. So, the trick with Neptune stage is you immediately have to take out these choppers. We don't have any special weapons, and the timing on this rising and falling sub's pretty tight, because you just saw it, we lost a tile of height. I think we got it! Okay, good, because if I didn't hit him with that shot, we'd be scrambling to try and get another 3 hit points of damage in somehow. That fully charged fist that's flying through the air, 3 points of damage. Half charged fist flying not so far through the air, 2 points of damage. Lemons, 1. But it's Mega Man, you knew that. So, there's really not much going on in this stage. The biggest thing that we're looking for is damage boost off these steam jets. So let's talk about differences. Game Boy Mega Man, you see that meter at the bottom of the screen? That is only 19 bars long. Your NES games, it's 28 bars long, so I'm short about 9 hit points if my math's right. Interesting features of this game, I can up-cancel my slides, which is something that's going to happen in a couple of spots. There's only one other water section in the whole game, so don't get used to it. We missed the 2-pixel jump. That's, I think, actually the last place in the run where a 2-pixel jump would be useful. You can jump out of that slide. It looks like there's not any room on the end of that platform. It saves about 3 seconds. It's still faster to slide through and take the damage and go up if you miss the jump, as long as you don't die anyway. This is the last break of the run. How's everybody going? Oh, it's the last break in a stage, I should say. We get weapon get screens. It's Mega Man. And this is our last water section. Hooray. My D-pad hates me. And as you can see, the checkpoint is all the way back at the beginning of the stage. It's actually good now that I already mentioned you can up-cancel slides in this game, because now we can talk about this. This is a handheld marathon, so I'm sure we've been talking all day about what people are playing on. I'm using a Game Boy Advance itself, and with the Game Boy Player. Technically with the Game Boy interface software. But either way, I've got this really tiny D-pad, and I have giant thumbs. So that's the first time something that catastrophic has happened in a while. But even yesterday, I was getting a lot of popping out of the slide for no reason. Good job, game. Well, we get to go for this jump again. Let's go for it. No. Alright, sorry everybody. Cool. Alright. So, I will say that is actually one of the knocks on a lot of the Game Boy Mega Man games. Besides being a little floaty, a little laggy, the checkpoints are brutal. And this one in particular is probably the most brutal checkpoint in the game, in that it's like really like 40 seconds into the stage, and the stage is 3 minutes long. Just about to get to teleport, so yeah. Alright, let's go again. Hey. That saw that health. Alright, let's go. Let's go. So the only reason for that jump is a little timing mechanism to make sure that steam jet goes away. Because while I could take that hit and hope I stayed on the platform, I could also keep the hit points for the boss here. Neptune's pattern, not that complex. He takes short hops, long hops. Our bread and butter is going to be half charges here. Whoa. Ugh. Saltwater only does 2 points of damage. We want to stay in Neptune's face so he lobs those balls of salt water at us. If we stay too far away, he's going to jump up and down. And it's not going to be fun. It's going to be really laggy. It's really easy to avoid that attack, but the game, oh god, the poor game just can't take it and lags like crazy. I don't know who's saying this in chat. I'm hearing there's talk about Tango. Tango is an option in this game. And, well, I was going to say if this run was on record pace, but we already took a death, so it's not. We'll see Tango at the very end, if all goes well. Left twice. The weakness order in this game is kind of weird. We'll get to see it in the refights. But we do not have Mercury's weakness. Mercury is just a useful weapon to have. We're also going to immediately get to using saltwater here. Saltwater has this weird property to it in that its arc kind of is dependent on the buttons of the D-pad you're pressing. So if you're holding up, the saltwater's arc kind of goes up a lot higher. If you're holding up and forward, it goes up and forward. And if you're holding down, it just kind of drops. But saltwater's a really powerful weapon. It's also probably the most expensive weapon you have in this game that's actually useful. At 2 points of energy a shot, so you only have 10. You can fire it with only 1. That's Neptune's use for this stage. It's just really powerful. I guess we'll kill this guy with it too. There is a little back and forth on should you use Neptune the first half of the stage or should you use it here. And it works pretty well here too to take out these sort of dust crusher shooting enemies. I don't know why I'm shooting them. We should be going. We don't kill them. We just go. Speed running. This enemy takes a little bit of tight timing. Shot. Lemon. No half charge. Happens. The important part is to not kind of run into him. He does a lot of damage. We got that jump good. This is the easiest trick in the game. You hold charge to that screen, release B, slide, boom, that guy's dead. So I only shot once, but I hit him twice. This game has this little property of snapback with the Buster. Let's see if I can get this again. Wow, I missed entirely because I was going for it. So when the Buster's coming back to Mega Man, it actually, that Mega Arm will still do damage, the same damage as the charge shot. So there's a few cases where you want that to happen. Mercury. Every time you hit Mercury, one weapon exception that we'll see later, Mercury will cross the room. The attack Mercury does when Mercury crosses the room depends on whether Mercury has an even or odd number of hit points. So you see this nice slow pattern, easy to dodge, but you know, it's slow. The problem is we also still want to avoid cycles. So if I do 2 points of damage here, this fast cycle happens again. If you're doing math at the bottom of the screen, 3 hit points left. That was fun. I think that saves 2 seconds over doing all fast patterns. We're talking about things I looked into 5 years ago, so it's a little fuzzy now. Ah, that's another stage. Mercury's weapon is a lot of fun. It does 2 points of damage. It has a slightly bigger hitbox than the Lemons, and it actually gives you small drops. So it's a great weapon. And, well, I'm not sure if translating it to Grab Buster on the US cart was that much of an improvement, but there you go, everybody. This is Mars's stage. It's super laggy hecking Mars's stage. Nobody likes Mars's stage. Seriously though, there is a lot of stuff that explodes in this stage. These mines, these missiles, everything explodes. We do want to jump this turtle though. Good job jumping the turtle, Mr. K. Good job. It's got these monkeys. And these little... don't jump into the spikes. We already hit spikes once this run. We can't do it again. The people are counting on us. Here's another snapback kill, but if you go too fast, you actually won't kill it in time. So a lot of this stage is just lag management. I'll be honest, I'm working on figuring out how to kill that guy faster. There's a lot of places in this game where you just mash B and nothing happens. There's just too much lag. Either way, that's roughly what that screen looks like. Just mash slide, you'll get through that section. So this guy, we're here, good. 1, 2, 3. Mercury's weapon does 2 points of damage. That's why we got Mercury's weapon. Just hold against this wall. Yay. We dodge spikes again. Go us. We're awesome. We're not, but don't tell the Speed Gaming chat. They'll hate it. Refills aren't explicitly bad. Actually, the second half of this run, we're going to learn that refills are actually really good. It's just that right now I don't want them. They're just time losses. Those P's, by the way. In this run, we have a shopping trip. We're going to buy a W tank in a little bit, so we need 30 of those P chips. That's not the Tremaine boost. So the goal you want to do there is bounce off that missile off the ledge. Damage boosting in this game is not NES Mega Man where you always... Well, Mega Man 3 through 6, where you always go backwards. It's more actually like Mega Man 11 of all things, where depending on which side of the enemy you hit, you'll go in that direction. Let's get that drop and not fall in the pit. Cool. So I mentioned Neptune's weapon. There's the forward arc. Oh, we missed entirely. Awesome. Let's just go. We don't get to see the down shot to get the second shot in there. This is definitely the run, everybody. Thank you for sticking with me. Double hit. It's actually slower. The double hit actually induces a lot of lag. You don't want to do that in the first fight, but it happens a lot anyway. Game Boy was smart enough to slow things down so you could actually play it. That's a very good explanation of why my NES Mega Man times are mediocre, but this one is 2 seconds off record. At least when I don't slide into spikes in Neptune stage. Princess Yang is right. Mr. Torg approves of explosions! Oh man, I missed that guy. So let's get back to the run. Mars's weapon, the photon missile, does exactly what you see there. It does an amount of damage. It's not a bad weapon. It's really only situational, though, just because of the way it is. Yes. Always use left when you are in doubt. The only time in the initial stage select here of these first 4 where you want to not go twice, you want to go left, so just always use left. Venus' stage has great music. I don't think it really fits Mega Man in general, but it is great music. You can already kind of guess the theme of this stage. Lots of bubbles. The bees poison you with lag, and the crabs are also trying to trap you in bubbles. The second missile there was supposed to take out a bubble that might have appeared, but didn't. The whole point of that screen is to basically get ahead of that drop of water that triggered that waterfall. Wow, I'm trying to get through the stage here. Those waterfalls will push you through the floor, so don't get hit by them. So this is the halfway point of the stage. We want to save some Mars because Venus is going to be weak against Mars. We want to keep that. There's some definitely not from Airman stage owls. So the waterfalls will push you through the floor, but as long as you don't push any buttons on a ladder, it won't wash you off the ladder. Just don't climb the ladder. 2 lemons instead of a charge shot because then your hand doesn't fly back to you, causing lag. This whole game is about lag management. Oh god, don't go to those spikes. That would be bad. I already said that. We already died to spikes once. It's gonna happen again now because it's like destined at this point. So there's those bubbles on the floor. It's bad news. If you're on a big bubble and you jump, you will get a big jump. If you're on a small bubble when you jump, you'll get a small jump. You might want to be on big bubbles quite a bit. This is the worst room in the game. Oh, we did it. I think that's the last 2-tile spike slide in the run. Of course, I need to actually get through the stage now. There's not too much going on the end of the stage. Now we should definitely be good with full hit points and just this bubble in the way. Imagine dying to the bubble in the last real screen of Venus' stage. Venus jumps when you shoot and has 2 attacks. One plants that's a low jump that plants a bomb in the air. The other's a high jump that gives you a kind of tracking shot. We wanted the tracking shot. Got him. So you kind of abuse that knowledge. Make sure that Venus is going to always jump into those missiles as they kind of hover in the air. They don't do any extra damage, at least to Venus, when they're moving. So definitely just kind of get in Venus's face and plant missiles. So far, so good, right? Venus's weapon, kind of this neat go up to the ceiling, go along, and explode. It's really laggy. You get a lot of it, and it's really, really powerful, actually. If it wasn't for the lag, we'd use it a lot. We also get everyone's favorite weapon. We get Rush. Game Boy Mega Man's, you never actually start with any of the Rush adapters, so Rush Coil needs to be earned in the first 4 robots of 3, 4, and 5. Also in 2, but you get all of them in the first 4 for 2. This is a cutscene. If you want to talk version differences between the J cart and the US cart, gameplay-wise, the game's the exact same. The trick is that the J cart has fewer text boxes. What else is new to gaming, right? Drinking some Pepsi here to get a break in the run. This cutscene itself, I think, is like a decent amount of time shorter. There's extra text boxes here. There's no mashing here. That's just the text goes at that speed. It's about 28 seconds faster to play on the J cart. If you submit to the leaderboard and then you have the US cart, your time will be adjusted for those 28 seconds. So enjoy. That's Terra. Earth, if you're reading the Japanese manual. Terra's very, very unhappy with Mega Man because he thought he blew up Mega Man, and now Mega Man killed the other Star Droids, and this boss has never been seen before ever. Totally original enemy. So why did I just kind of line up on the edge of the screen? We're going for it. We're not going to get it, but we are going for it, and I shouldn't have done that. 1, 2, 3, 4, pause. Oh, wow. I think I hit twice. So there's a really weird kind of wiggle pattern you have to do to get 7 shots in and get the 1 cycle devil in this game. It's possible. It's not common. It's one of those things that if you dedicate your life to doing it, 1, 2, 3, 4, you might be able to do it. If not, oh wow, I just completely screwed this up. I needed 1 more shot. Why didn't I shoot it? This game, after the first 4 robots, you have very limited weapon energy for the second half of the game. It doesn't refill between stages, so you're just kind of stuck with it. We already lost a lot of time. Let's save a Mars shot. Ha! So, yeah. That is Dark Moon, which is totally not some sort of Yellow Devil type enemy. I did promise a shopping trip. There's a cutscene here where Dr. Light explains that, oh no, we found there's another 4 star droids out in space that are amassing forces and they're going to invade Earth and it's going to be really bad. Mega Man says, why don't we just go and get them first? Cool. Why don't you go shopping while I build Rush into a spaceship? And so we buy a weapon tank for some reason. If you want safety, actually, you want to go and get extra kind of the 8 P-chip drops in stages to make sure you can buy 2. Honestly, more is better, but there's a chance you can actually lose the tank without using it. So there you go. What's up, Tremaine? Tremaine, sorry for 3 cycle. Yeah, one cycle devil is not a common thing that people do in this game. You go for it, and as long as you get 2 hits, you should be able to get the 2 cycle devil. At least when you're not narrating your gameplay. I said I had 19 hit points. That tank did 8. So we don't like those tanks, but they're really slow and annoying to kill. See, there's... I promised you I was going to be short on ammo, right? I'm really looking for the large drop that I just went through. Oh my goodness, what a day. Because we really want to refill Mars at some point if we can. Neptune, another heavy energy weapon like I already stated, but it's too useful. It takes out that mid-boss in 2 hits, and otherwise that's basically Drillman dives forever. So watch out for that. Here's the checkpoint at least. Good screen. Okay, we made it. Deke the missile. And because Neptune's too valuable, we're just going to do that. Now, here's a stage where we actually want to use Mercury's weapon quite a bit. If you play perfectly, you don't need to regain your health. But, see, you're like right there. Now I really would have needed it. You want a damage boost off that falling girder that only does a couple of hit points of damage. And then that sets you up to be able to not take the massive damage and pretty much survive the rest of the stage. I will take the Mercury refill, actually, as long as I have it equipped. So Mercury gets used to kind of survive this stage as a safety, especially in marathon setting. It's also actually Pluto's weakness. Straight up weakness, not a soft weakness from a separate cycle. So we want it. Actually, I want to go to this anyway. I got a 1-up. I guess that's good because we lost one. It does mean that we don't sit around and watch meters refill. Proto Man can give you this thing called the Super Capsule, the S Capsule, that refills everything instantly, which is kind of nice there because you get to get all that Mars energy back. Cool. There's the best use of Venus in the game. Capcom patched the game. The 3DS version actually does have some iframe trouble that we're going to talk about in 2 stages. The iframe's length has been adjusted, which for most of the gameplay you're going to do isn't going to really matter. But there's a couple of things it might. Pluto's weapon is the break dash. It's one of the best weapons probably in the whole series. That attack it's kind of nice. It's a thing. It does damage. It's cool. What's cool is that when you come out of that attack, you have iframes. Just like you got hit. So yeah, we're gonna hopefully see that. Can we get the jump? We got the jump. These are enemies. I don't know their name. I just call them Jupiter Joes. I think I have this jump. We're basically getting these magnets to fire to in the other direction. So yeah, that's basically the stage. Let's use Pluto's weapon and iframe everything. It's a little scary though. There's definitely a few points where it's very easy to dash off a ledge into a pit, and that's bad. There is a better strat here, but we've already delayed the marathon enough, right? So let's get the kill. Oh god, that's the worst jump in the game. This is the checkpoint room. It's always fun to have to do that entire stage all over again. Using weapon energy by charging too long, but oh well. So Pluto's weapon has some really weird sliding mechanics, where the iframes you get after it, as long as you're sliding, I don't know how to really describe it outside of it's probably like Brightman's weapon in Mega Man 4 NES, where it just stops the iframe timer for some reason if you slide. Tremaine is in chat. Tremaine knows a lot of about this game. Did a lot of investigation into strats. So whatever he's saying out there about how it actually works, I'd believe him. But by virtue of kind of getting the feel that that's actually how it works, it's related to the slide, that last room is a lot less deadly than it looks now. Since you don't have to worry about killing things, worry about drops. This is Jupiter, who's an easy target for Venus. Oh wow, we're just missing everything. That's fine. There we go. A contact weapon that's usable. It's true. I don't think we really kill very much with Pluto's weapon outside of the Star Droid / Robot Master that's weak against it. There's definitely a couple of like small enemies, I guess, that are kind of just in the way, like one of those bouncing balls early in the stage. Anyway, here's Jupiter's weapon. If you're on 3DS and you get here, pay attention, because Mega Man doesn't actually kill that hopper enemy with it. The Electric Shock's hitbox is much taller vertically in both directions than it appears there, and it is ridiculously powerful. It hits most enemies twice for one shot, which I think is why they adjusted the iframes on 3DS for mysterious reasons. So here's Saturn Stage. Saturn Stage is kind of the one break, I feel like, in the second set of 4 Robot Masters. Come on. And I'm already making this stage a lot harder than it needs to be. Just hold left. So the thing is, very soon we're about to be using a lot of Jupiter for the whole stage. And Jupiter is an immensely useful weapon just in general. And those enemies up there, they literally lag the game. That sound it just made, that's your signal that it is going to lag the game. I'm not joking. You'll see it at the end of the stage. That's actually all it does, is lag the game. So we're very interested in killing them as fast as possible. Eddie? Nice. We gotta drop everybody. The way I actually have this, can have this game routed out, you need a drop. Like, for something. I'm actually gonna get that. And then we just wasted half of it. Come on, get off the screen. We're gonna look bad. Jupiter's weapon just kills everything. We use it a lot in this stage and in the next stage. Wait. So you might be noticing too, I'm not even talking about the gravity drops and adjustments in the stage, the 0.5 and the 2. Those are adjustments to gravity. You're just look at this. Literally just lags the game. Oh, that was a good drop. So Saturn with Buster has this kind of black hole through the ring that absorbs shots, stops your Buster from coming back. It's really bad. With Electric Shock, you don't worry about any of those things. Saturn's easily the hardest boss to fight Buster only. Or at least the most annoying boss to fight Buster only. And with Jupiter's weapon, it's done. Oh yeah, the music in this game is great. I will vouch for Pluto's stage being some of the best music in the series any day of the week. Venus, I talked about it there. It's great music, even if it's not really Mega Man-y to me. And yeah, this whole game is good. Just wait till we get into Rush Marine. This is Rush Jet. Everybody say hi to Rush Jet. We won't see Rush Jet again this run. Unless something goes really, really wrong. Uranus is a large star droid. There, I said it. Seriously though, Uranus is a large star droid. It takes 1 point of damage from almost every weapon you have. Get that. And again, Electric Shock continues to just be a really good weapon. Now, we just got a large drop for it, so I'm going to do this. And there's two schools of thought on this boss here. You could be fast and use Jupiter. You could also do this. And as long as you get those two hits, just jump into its face for the third shot. That platform, with both attack methods, your goal is to have that platform be really close to the Phoenix that was meant for Mega Man 4 NES, but not. And just, yeah, not have that platform move back into place very much. Here's Rush Coil's use for the entire run. Shouts to Rush. Am I going to get a drop? No. Thanks, Eddie. I guess I got all the drops I needed last stage, so who am I to complain right now? You can slide cancel the Jupiter weapon as well. You can't walk with it out, but you can jump, and you can slide to cancel the whole thing. Come on. Jupiter's weapon also cancels shots that it connects. You might have noticed that at the end of... Well, what stage was I just in? Saturn stage. I'm sorry, something was just making a lot of noise in their house, and I was like, what? Sphinx 2 Electric Boogaloo? If you miss one of those shots, you just kind of hang back and make sure you do that. Don't hold forward and jump on the screen. You'll go right into those spikes, and it will be bad, and you'll be sad when you jump into the spikes again. That's entirely for safety. You can do a very short Pluto dash there to kind of get some iframes and go for it. Future, like, actual attempts at this game are going to have to start incorporating that. This is Uranus. Uranus throws these blocks around and is totally not Guts Man. Fortunately, we have the Break Dash, which has a half charge that does as much damage as the full charge. That was fun. It's literally kind of go back and forth. Use the full charge to get the big dash across the room, and then short charges kind of going left, walk back right. Easy. Alright. So that is 8 star droids. We haven't destroyed anything named Earth, although we did get a moon. So, just like all the other Game Boy Mega Man games, we get to fight... Well, it's not really a Mega Man killer, it's just another star droid. I don't know why the weapon's called Deep Digger, though. We'll figure out somebody that's weak against Dig Digger. I mean, first we have to find something that has those blocks on the... Oh. So here's Terra. Just fight Terra here. Just like all the Game Boy Mega Man games, you fight it after the 8 robots, and then you get another weapon. So, shouts to Tremaine for figuring out the best thing to do in this fight was open with a charge shot. As long as I don't go to the middle of the screen... Oh, it didn't make it. There we go. That's kind of a time stopper type thing. As long as I don't cross the middle of the screen, Terra won't teleport away, and I can just keep pummeling him. Easy fight. Alright, so we got another weapon. We get to sit through another weapon get screen. The next cutscene actually doesn't lose time, US or Japanese cart, because we gotta watch something in the background. Well, let's look at this. Spark Chaser is actually this really neat weapon, casually. It kind of homes in on enemies, goes after them, bounces around. I think you get like 5, 6, 7 sort of those little like dash attacks out of it. It's really cool. We only use it for a robot master that's weak against it. And so, as Mega Man just said, we finally defeated all the Star Droids. But there's something in the background. I don't know how he didn't figure out Dr. Wily was behind it until this exact moment. I also don't know why Dr. Wily put a giant skull on the Death Star. But we're gonna go after it in a small one-man fighter called Rush Marine. This section is kind of annoying because your hit points don't refill afterwards. We actually don't have any more life refills the rest of the game. We just get to this music. Asteroid pattern's always the same. Enjoy the music. So after these two, we actually get these, 8 little snub fighters. They can move at 3 speeds. That's a slow one. And that, I think, is actually a medium speed one. A is boost. Oh, wow. What is this? This is probably the most RNG heavy part of the game. And there's an 8-second straight time loss later. There's a fast one, finally. Come on. That's why this is actually pretty annoying. Where is it even? I think I got it off screen or something. No, that was the same one. I've never seen that happen before. Tremaine, what just happened? Did it like despawn and keep its hit points? These laser beams also always the same pattern. Reminder that A is boost. So you have to wait for it to actually fire to actually start damaging it. If you are the TAS, you can get a full charge, a lemon, and a second full charge for 7 points of damage and do it in 3 cycles. If you are a mere mortal, you're doing what I'm doing. 1 full charge, 2 lemons for 5 points of damage. That'll do it in 4 cycles. You get 1 missed shot in there, because the last cycle it'll only have 4 hit points left, so I'm only going to need 1 lemon. As promised, 4 hit points left. You really mostly care about the cycles. Obviously, killing it in one lemon faster is faster. But it's not a deal breaker if you need to do that. So we're in the Wily Star. Close donations for the nothing that we're doing. I don't know. So this is where it's good that we have the Pluto drop from earlier, because now I'm not worried about ammo for it. I'm killing that guy because I want to. The Jupiter Joes look different in here for some reason. They remind me of Bomb Man. I'm actually going to grab that. Good thing I grabbed that. We're going to just keep using Pluto. Pluto is just too strong for this game. And, fans of other Game Boy Mega Man games might recognize the robot in the capsules. Now in front of me, it's Anchor. Anchor hails from Mega Man Game Boy 1, Dr. Wily's Revenge, and is only vulnerable to Buster. So we're gonna just keep using Buster. That was fun. Again, just like Neptune all the way back at the beginning of the game, you want half charges to do as much damage as possible. A couple of lemons where it would have taken too long. There were some side passages you undoubtedly noticed. What am I refilling? On the way down there, they do have some extra drops and stuff like that in them. Nothing that we're very interested in for this run. This is the real point where we kind of figured out way back. I'm trying to remember whose run it was on SDA back in 2014. That was... The commentary pointed out, yeah, just keep sliding after using Pluto and you'll go through enemies. That's just the only long straightaway in the game where that was a useful tech at the time. And again, just to save a Mars missile there, a photon missile. That was Quint. I hope everybody likes Quint. That's your Mega Man 2 Game Boy robot. Good times. In that game, I think it's Crash Bombs and Hard Knuckles. And this one, photon missiles are close enough. Shouts to Pluto. Pluto, by the way, destroys those gray barriers. There are other paths through this stage, and if I had fallen into that pit earlier, we would have actually gotten to see Rush Jet, so it's a good thing we didn't see Rush Jet. For those wondering what's coming next, Punk is weak to salt water. Punk in Mega Man 3 is actually, like, very deadly. I think Punk kills you in 3 hits of anything. In this game, he's pretty normal, actually. So, let's not die. Take a small hop here. Get through that. Fun fact, Tremaine worked out at some point. Those spikes moving across the screen, if they hit you from the side and you don't actually try to move into them, you'll just get pushed by them. No one actually kill you, which is kind of funny. Ballad here from Mega Man 4 has the same problem Ballad has in Mega Man 4. Ballad doesn't know how to body things on the left wall of the screen for some reason. So we're just standing here. Ballad can do nothing. Ballad could fire a shot, actually. That was his only option. And Ballad's also weak to Mars. Mars is a much less laggy choice to take him out. But you're probably not too good on Mars ammo at this point. Looks like I actually am, but normally you're not. So I need how many I need 7 shots to take out Venus, and I'm probably going to miss one, so... There was originally a Venus first idea for this game. And it's actually not a terrible option for a variety of reasons. It just means your Venus fight is a lot longer, and the time save you get out of it is not really significant. No explosion? I think I missed what Tremaine noticed. But if Tremaine's impressed by something, I'm going to be happy about it. It's harder to get the quicker kill on Jupiter in the refight. I think I just... Okay, I got it anyway. I thought that shot that kind of dinked off the toe was bad and meant I was going to miss it. I'm going to go at this anyway, but here's the problem. I only have 2 shots of Neptune. What you want to do... This is where you do want the double hit on Mars. Normally in like a real run... Yeah, let's get the one more. I'm not a fan of switching to Neptune against Mars unless I'm going to get 3 guaranteed hits, maybe the double. Jupiter, as you just saw, is the soft weakness for Mars, and with Saturn right next to Mars, it's an easy call to just kind of set that up. If you're low on Jupiter, I would recommend killing Saturn first, just to be sure. Saturn is still not good against Jupiter. So if you're paying attention here, you might notice there's actually a solid loop of all 9 weapons here. Because Neptune's weakness is actually Terra. There's no other actual weakness. I'm not sure if there's a soft one for Neptune or not. I'm just glad I was close enough to not trigger the lag attack of Destiny. So we never got any Mercury ammo. I guess we had like a little bit while we were actually in the stage, so I think I have exact ammo for this fight. Let's not miss. Well, actually, if I have 7 shots, I can miss 1 because... So this is still faster than not doing this. Since Pluto is down before falling from the ceiling. Ooh. I'm really tight on Pluto ammo here. So, full charge of Pluto should use 2 bars. The half charges, if you use their shortest form, use half a bar. So there's my 1 use of Pluto remaining, and I actually need it. Mercury shots can steal your W tank. Remember when I said you could lose it? So by actually getting a half charge ready before the fight even begins, you can let go of the half charge, and you won't ever reach the full charge, because that grab buster will take away your W tank, even while you're dashing. You actually need the true iframes out of it to not get hit by it and guarantee you won't lose that tank. So I just filled up a few weapons there. Neptune we topped off. Pluto we got enough. And Saturn we needed a lot of for some reason. This is 8 seconds of RNG, the game. Either Proto Man will let us pass with a normal drop, or Proto Man will give us the S capsule. We did not get the S capsule. We saved 8 seconds. We probably got a weapon drop or a life drop because there wasn't even a sound effect. So, yeah, world records are won and lost on those 8 seconds, everybody. It's good times. So we have some hands. Remember I said you could hold up? So this hand is kind of shaking the floor, so you might be kind of falling the like 1 pixel the floor moved and be unable to jump. If you're holding up and you're right up against the fist, though, the arc will connect. So it's good to hold up there just to be sure. I think that was the left hand, so now I get to deal with the right hand. I'd say this is serious time, but there's no noise around me, I guess, so... Those 2 hash marks on the left side, you don't want to go all the way to the left. Otherwise, the game says, aha, you're trying to one-cycle me. Here's our W tank, because we still need Neptune. And it's typical for this run. We just want Handheld Heroes to go on longer, I guess. Let's get Mega Man as far off the screen as we can for fun. I did get the S-Tank in the 44-47, Jermaine. So this is Wily Machine. Wily Machine fires out these bombs, and you need to actually fire out the bombs back into him. He does that after these other sections of things that he does. So it's kind of hard to avoid all these things. You get almost lifted into the ceiling. It's annoying. Or you Pluto dash into his hitbox to use those iframes and keep using Saturn, and the second phase of the fight never triggers for some reason. No idea why that happens. If you do trigger the second phase of the fight, by the way, use Terra's weapon. It's like every other Game Boy Mega Man game. Dr. Wily's weak against the Mega Man killer's weapon. So time's coming up. I hope everybody had fun with Handheld Heroes. I'm not sure if anything's coming up next. But we do have to defeat Dr. Wily because that's what you do in... That was unexpected. So this is Sunstar. Sun God, if you're reading the Japanese manual. Sunstar takes 1 point of damage from everything. If you're reading Mega Man homepage tables for damage, Jupiter does 2 because Jupiter will hit twice. So given that everything does 1, we're going to use Pluto and abuse these iframes. After 6 points of damage, that happens. We want to stand about here to set up the phase 2. Ow. I went and I actually hit with Pluto and everything. Do this first point of damage. It's always sad when you don't get a PB because you forgot that 1 point there. Alright, the 3 hit points is good. Everybody, it's that time. Come on, Tango, get him. If you're wondering why Tango never gets used in this game, this is why. Hey, we did it. Tango is awful, lags the game and drains energy like crazy. It's sort of meme tradition in Mega Man V runs. to kill Sunstar with Tango because there's no other use for Tango ever. In an actual record attempt, you would never go anywhere near TA on the menu. Except perhaps to do a menu ramp. Shoutouts to Team Tango in the Mega Man Relay. I think we had one Team Tango. But yeah, that's Mega Man V. We could either stick around here and watch the ending. I think we should at least hear the awesome fanfare, but yeah, that's it. Thank you, everybody, for this run. Thank you, Speed Gaming. Thank you, the organizers of this great marathon. This is Mega Man V. It's a lot of fun. Bye? Fanfare is in like 10 seconds if anybody's actually listening for it. But yeah, thanks, everybody. The game is not actually over until Dr. Wily is bowing.